Hola, mi gente, ¿cómo estás? How you doing? How you living? Sorry, gotta straighten my septum out. I'm tired. So, let me tell you a little about today. Today's Tuesday, my Friday. So earlier today, I worked for 3 hours today. I had a meeting starting at 11, ended at 2:30 or 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, I used my PTO to get off for the rest of the day. I'm kind of nervous about work because I'm not appropriate for work. I'm just not. And I was talking to my friends and other people overheard it. So they were looking at me, I don't know if it's a reason to fire me, but I feel like everything is. I hate living on the edge like this and making it feel like everything is a reason to be fired. Like, this level of anxiety is just not healthy. Anyways, got off work. I hiked with the Kimana for a little while, helped her get enrolled in school, which is almost done. And then I was talking to somebody I met a couple of days ago, and they've been trying to get me to go on a date for a minute. Sorry, I was blurry and I put it off for like 2 days, and then today I was like, finally, because they were like, let's go to dinner. And so we went to Applebees. I know some people are probably like, oh, that's not a fantabulous date, whatever. I don't give a fuck, okay? Because honestly, 90% of the time I can't eat what's on the menu anyways. So I started off with like a lemonade and some fries. I'm a cheap date. But we was sitting there talking, like, we had the servers with us. They was laughing, like, it was a good time. We had like a really good time laughing. I watched part of the game. He was watching music videos that's playing behind me, and we were just talking for like 2 hours or so. Finally, around the 2 hour mark, he's like, you need to order something. So I got a Tex-Mex bowl or something, shrimp Tex-Mex bowl. The guacamole sus, and the lettuce was old, but whatever. They talked shit about me not eating meat over there and stuff like that. It was just, I don't know, it was a pretty cool vibe for it just to be so chill. He couldn't see the menu, so I was reading him the menu of items. Like, you know, I ended up ordering for him, like, I'm his dude. I was like, he wants this, he wants that, but it was a Latino brother, so it was my first time. Like, I don't know, we had an amazing time at dinner. Everything was cool. After dinner, he brings out his binoculars and was like, we were just like, while we were in the restaurant, we were trying to read the signs, and I can't see for shit. I couldn't see it, and then he brought out his binoculars and then I could read it. It was like, I don't know, the binoculars were so cool. So then we went to Scenic View, which is like the spot you can overlook El Paso with the binoculars, and it was so cool. Like, honestly, as first dates go, this was top tier, I would have to say, because it was somebody that was into the sky like me. We watched planes land. Like, I don't know what time we linked, but also I just got home too. At 7, so it was around 7:30, because as usual when I'm heading over to Ho Park, there's a dog that follows me. This dog was sadder because it had like a injured hand or something. It could put bare weight on it and it can walk normally, but when it was running after me, it's lifting, it wouldn't put weight on that paw. So I was trying to get it to come back home with me so I could take it. It was fucking freezing today, like 54 degrees. Well, that was the day temp. Let me see what the night temp is. Sorry. So I was a little bit late because I was trying to capture the dog and everything. I ended up running to like this elderly couple's house, so I don't know what happened after that, because he wouldn't exactly let me grab him, and Wolf made me scared of little dogs. So yeah, but I had I had an amazing time. It comes time to the end of it or whatever. He didn't want me to go. He was like, it was 11, and I'm like, I'm tired. Like I had a long day. I've been up since 2 a.m. No, you don't have to work tomorrow. Like no. And if I wasn't exhausted, I probably would have kicked it longer. But I just was exhausted. Plus, I don't know, like the level of drinking and driving that some people do, like it's just not for me. I get anxious. And I was already like 3, 4 shots in before I even met him, because every time I come back from event, I took a shot. And then, like, I don't know, so I was already a couple shots in. So I was, I don't know, I'm tired this time. On the way back, like, no GPS, no nothing. Remember exactly where we met up at. I'm like, oh my God, you didn't have to use the GPS. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna be over here a lot, so I gotta know where I'm going. At the end of the night, he wanted a kiss. I said no. I let him kiss me on the cheek, but that was it. But it was honestly the best date ever. Like, since all the shit started of dating, 2021. It was the best date. I honestly, hands down, had to say that was the best. So stargazing, shit like that is amazing. Maybe it's because we're the same sign. He's a June Gemini, I'm a May Gemini. But maybe like that's what I needed, somebody that was just on my level, that likes to do things that I like to do. And it was just so fucking fun, honestly. And it wasn't like expensive, it wasn't anything, but it was just like the most chillest, relaxing day ever. He elevates too, but I can't right now. But I just had a good ass time, y'all. And I was worried the whole excuse me, I was worried the whole time that something was gonna happen. And I normally don't even worry about that, but I kept worrying, like, oh my God, what if something happens to me? And I'm telling Kimana gave me her taser. Well, I was freaking out, and I normally am just like go with the flow and do whatever, and I end up into some fuck shit each time. But this time, like, I was freaking out and nothing happened. I didn't do no fuck shit. I just had a great ass fucking time. And honestly, like, I would love to do it again, because I could live that same night over and over again and be totally fine. He was in a relationship since 16. I think he said it was like 30 years, because he's like 10 years older than me. He just recently got out of his situation like a couple years ago, I guess, too. Well, I think I had my, oh my God, my first hangover. I was up vomiting all night long and felt like shit. Oh my God. And now my throat is like in so much pain because of it. Like right here, it's so like, it feels like it's raw because it was like acidic. It's fucking crazy. I can drink like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots and not have a reaction. And last night I did. I think I just laid down too soon after drinking when I came home, because I like took a shower and then I took a shot before the shower, and then I ate the rest of my food that from the Applebees, and then I laid down. I didn't sit up. I was like exhausted because I had been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. I texted the person I went out with last night, and I was like, oh, thank you for such a good time, like stargazing, 10 out of 10. I didn't say that in the message, but yeah, already wants to get up again. It's crazy because when I do hang out with people, like, it's like absorb all my time, all of my energy. But my first day off is like dedicated to rest and cleaning, and now I definitely need to clean my hair because I think I threw up in my hair last night. And I was just too out of it. I need to wash my hair. It's because my throat is so sore. It's the next day. I'm gonna clean up. I'm not nauseous. I'm like feeling a little bit nauseous. I had to put my trash can next to my bed. Like, that's how bad it was last night. You know it's bad when the trash is next to the bed. But yeah, maybe don't mix Crown Royal and Hennessy. Maybe is the walk away from this. But I don't know. I remember everything from last night. I wasn't blackout. It is making me very much sound like I have a problem with drinking, but I don't. Like, I know it's gonna really sound like it. Like, I can stop at any time. No, I just have had this ritual, and I don't know if you guys know. Well, I have mentioned on my channel, but I do have OCD, so I have to do things specifically the way I've always done them, and it's just the way I've done this since COVID started. So I will take a shot if I'm around a lot of people. When I get home, I take a shot. If I'm out with somebody and I come back home, I take a shot. And so it's just something that I've always done. I just ended up taking a couple more shots in between there, and that was it. But I felt fine while I was out, you know, with him. I felt great. I didn't feel tipsy. I actually felt very lucid. Like, I felt fine. He drank like 2 beers, which, yeah, there was just a lot of things. I was like, you can't judge me for anything that I say after this. So I told him that I don't eat meat other than fish or seafood, and he was like, oh, it's fine, until we went out to dinner. Then he was like, you don't eat chicken. I'm like, that's meat. You don't eat like bacon, that's meat. Meat is a class, okay? Like, there's not a specific pescatarian, and a lot of times I don't even eat fish. So I'm not like, there's times I'll go hard on it and I'll eat it like for a week for every meal, like for dinner, and then there's times I'll go like a full 3 weeks without it. So, but I have to let that known, because you have to have a label for literally everything, whether it be your gender, your sexuality, everything needs a label. So that's mine, a pescatarian. And so yeah, every time he was like, you don't eat this, because obviously within the culture, even within my culture, there's a lot of meat that's surrounded in it, and so that's why I let it be known in the beginning. Try to get it, because my room is a mess, and I'll show you guys, because I don't give a fuck, because I live in my room. Sometimes it's junky, I need to clean it, and throughout the week, my work week, I throw shit everywhere, and then on Wednesday I clean it up, and then I get back to throwing shit everywhere on Saturday, and it's a vicious cycle. But right now, I'll give you the bed tour. I have my food container from Applebees, okay? My hair stuff, because I was greasing my scalp. My bolitas right here. I called this company for my water heater, because it wasn't getting hot still. Over on my desk, there's my child. Over on my desk there's the roses over there they gave me, plus some soup that I never threw away, and all my little makeup container. Over on the floor is some baby blanket. This is looking, it doesn't look that bad. It has just, I need to organize it. That doesn't look all that bad. My vomit over there, and then over on the other side, you can't see it, but it's clothes that's just thrown right there. It's in a basket. Normally it's just thrown on the floor, so it's not all that bad, but because I can see like little things right here. I can see little things out of place. It shouldn't even take me an hour, to be honest, but it just look, in my mind it looks bad. But I don't know. My sister used to have like a whole bunch of stuff in her bed. Mostly mine is pillows, if I don't do like drunken stuff, or I don't take my hair ties out and I sleep or do my hair in my bed. But normally mine's okay. But sometimes I